Thank you, everybody, for being here and attending the webinar of today. Okay, so sorry for the difficulty, but I guess now you can all hear me. So yeah, Nikki was supposed to give part of this webinar, but she's in the field, so she won't be able to give you the rest of the presentation, but I will do it instead. So yeah, please type your question in either in English or Spanish, and I'll do my best to answer most of them as soon as I'm done with this with the presentation. So Nathan told you a little bit of LACA, what it is, and so I'm gonna just say a few more things about who we are. We do represent basically from Mexico southwards and the Caribbean part of America. This section was formed in 2003, and we are trying to represent most of the conservation efforts in this region. This is the current board of directors. We have, from the top left corner, we have Anthony Giordano, who is the current president. And then it's myself. I'm the president-elect, or the interim president-elect, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a minute. Then we have our CFO, which is Tsitsi McPherson, who is now studying in Alaska. Then we have our secretary, who is Mariana, and she's been on the board for a very long time now. She's from Brazil. Then it's Nikki, who was supposed to be here at the seminar as well, but she's in the field. She's our director of communications. The director of chapters is Osvaldo Eric, also known as Eric. He's also from Mexico. He works in the university in Puebla. Then we have our director of education, who is Patricia, and she's also from Mexico. Then we have Janet Lesman, who is from Chile. She's working in Chile now. And finally, but not least, our director of membership is Javier Fajardo, who is also working in Chile at this time. Some of these positions are going to be open again. I mean, they're going to be ending and open for elections. So I will tell you a little bit more in a minute. So what are we doing as the LACA section right now? Well, we're trying to represent different areas of the region in terms of conservation of biodiversity. So what we're trying to do is also promote and develop capacity building in this region. And we also want to promote the results of the research that we are conducting in this area, either through conference, symposiums, social networking, and we're working on a few other things to trying to connect a little bit more our members towards these areas. And as Nathan said, this is not geographically limited. I mean, if you are interested in the LACA region, but you do not live or you do not study something within this region right now, you can still be part of LACA, and that way you can, you know, have an idea and get to know people from this region and know what we are working on and what we're doing as conservation biologists, basically. We just started last year our biannual regional conferences. In 2018, we had our first LACA region conference in Trinidad and Tobago. We had more than 160 people attending the conference. We had representations from 23 different countries, and it was a really good conference. I mean, for being our first one, it was great. We had a really good attendance, and we had a really good symposiums. We have many students attending from Trinidad and nearby countries. Actually, Janet and Javier, who are now at the board, we met them there, and they were very happy about the LACA conference and the fact that it is a section within SCB, and they learned a lot from LACA, and they wanted to be part of it. So if you're interested in being part of LACA and the LACA board, obviously you are welcome to do it. As a result of this conference, we have the first conference statement of LACA, and it was from the people from Venezuela, that attended our conference, which also received some travel awards for attending the conference, which was very important from us to support these researchers who were facing, serious struggles to get to these conferences. So we managed to support their attendance. So we came up with this statement that addressed the negative impacts of the Venezuelan Orinoco mining arc, and you still can look it up if you want. That's the website of the conference, and that's where we have the conference statement. It's a very interesting statement, so if you can have some time to read through it, it's very interesting, and we're planning to have some sort of statements like that as a result of our conference that we'll be going to be having for the following years. Which is this one. So next year, we're going to have our LACA Regional Conference in Puebla, in Mexico. So it's going to be the first week of July, from the 1st to the 3rd. And then it comes the weekend. And we decided to have it before the weekend. So if you attend to the conference and you are from a foreign country or from a different city within Mexico, you can still have some time to do some of the field trips and still have some networking with the people that you just met maybe at the conference. So the theme this year is going to be sustainable choices, safeguarding biodiversity in the Anthropocene. So we decided to have this theme as we consider that it's very important to have some forums where we can discuss sustainable choices that are going to be able to support biodiversity in the long term. And it is a little bit broad. I mean, if you are interested in presenting something that it doesn't have the word sustainable, it is okay. But we're trying to focus a little bit more into this theme, so you can present some of your research on this, or your suggestions, even if you have about it. We're going to have seminars, we're going to have workshops, we're going to have short courses before and probably after the conference as well. And we're going to have discussion groups. We are going to have poster sessions, and obviously we're going to have plenaries. And in the upcoming days, you're going to have survey about the potential plenary speakers that you would like to have, and that way we're going to have to choose one of the best options, so the ones that win that survey, and hopefully that person will be able to be our next plenary speaker. So basically, this is going to happen in the next year. So just please stay tuned for updates about this conference that is going to be in the summer of next year. And if you also want to be, we are in the organizing process of the conference. So if you want to be part of the organizing committee, for example, of this conference, or you want to be in one of the other committees that we have the diversity and inquiry committee, we have the policy committee and the scientific committee. And if you would like to be part of one of those committees, please contact us. You'll see our contact information at the end of the presentation. So if you want to be part of one of those committees, just please contact us, and we'll be happy to have you on board. Some of the other things that we've been working on are precisely the professional development of new conservation biologists. And we developed this scholarship in which we basically granted several scholarships to support students that are doing research in conservation within the LACA region. And in 2015, we gave these 4 scholarships to people working on these 4 different species in different countries of the LACA region. Then in 2017, we also granted these other 4 scholarships to students working on different species from the previous year. And in 2019, we also granted these other 4 scholarships to students working within the LACA region. As you can see, the scholarships and the research were very diverse, and we are planning to have our next scholarship program for the next year. So it's also going to be other 4 scholarships. So just stay tuned also for the updates about this program. And if you are a student doing your research within this region, please send us your proposals and your documents so we can review them by the time that we have this program open, and you might be able to get this funding. It's not a lot of one. I mean, it's not a super big funding for your research, but it's something that will aid in your field work, or if you're planning to maybe to publish a paper or attend somewhere that you need to get fundings for, this is a good opportunity for you. You have to be member of LACA. So for that, you do have to be a member of SCB and then of LACA. But being a member of LACA doesn't have any cost. So you just have to pay your SCB membership, and then you just click on the different sections that you want to be a member of. So in this case, you will have to click on the LACA section. And then you'll be a member of our section, and then you'll be able to apply for this grant if you are a student working in this region. We're also working in starting new regional chapters. SCB has different regional or local chapters, and basically you don't have to be a member of SCB necessarily to be part of a chapter. You just have to be a member of that chapter itself. But it has a lot of benefits if you are indeed a member of SCB and then a member of a section and the chapters. You are able to apply for different grants, like travel grants or grants for different activities within your region. If you have interest in having activities for networking or for learning new techniques or new ways to manage data or do research in the field, etc., chapters are a good option for you to apply for this type of grants and get some funding for those activities. So we're trying to have more regional chapters within LACA. Right now, we only have our Southern Cone of South America chapter. We used to have one in Mexico, and we used to have one in Colombia, but now those fell apart and we don't have them anymore. So if you're interested in having this and learning more about what a chapter is and what are the benefits of having a chapter, please contact us, particularly contact Eric. You can have his contact information on our website. And that way you can have a lot of the benefits of being a member of a chapter, or even being either the president or the vice president, or being on the board of one of the chapters. It's a great opportunity to do networking. It's a great opportunity to improve your skills in organizing this type of events. So if you really would like to improve those skills, this is a great opportunity to do it. We also have these webinars. This was the first webinar, just so you get to know a little bit more about LACA and what are we doing and what we'll be doing for the next upcoming years. But we will have more webinars, more scientific webinars. We'll have people talking about their research and what they do of conservation biology within the region of LACA. So just stay tuned, visit our website or our social media so you can get to know a little bit more about our webinar series. We also have travel awards. that we granted them for either the international conference of SCB or for attending our regional conference. So for next year in Puebla, we will have travel grants. So as well, stay tuned for some of the updates about how those travel grants are going to work and when do you have to submit your proposals and such for your applications for those travel grants. And the pictures that you see on your right side, those are the people that are involved in our regional chapters. So they're great people, they're great researchers, and they're doing different activities. So if you have doubts also about what a chapter is or what are they doing within those chapters, you can also contact these people. We'll have the information on our social media as well for you to contact them. So as Nathan told you before, we have members from different areas from LACA, but we also have members from different parts of the world. Right now we have 495 members. Some of them are students from developing countries. Some are people that are retired from the field. We have a lot of people that are from developed countries. A lot of them are already professionals. We have a lot of people that are professionals from developing countries, including myself and some of my colleagues. We have some students from developed countries as well, which is great. But we will encourage more people to be part of LACA. The bigger we get, the larger conferences we'll have and the larger networking that we all can share. So if you're not a member of LACA yet, I encourage you to become one of our members. This is just a map showing where is the distribution of our members. As you can see, we have members from all over the world, which is great. We have a lot of people from South America and Central America, just few, but most of the people are still in the US. So we don't have anything against people from the US, that's great, but we encourage more people from the LACA region to become member of LACA. You see, you can get a lot of benefits, and not only the scholarships and the travel awards, but also the networking. So if you want to learn more about people working in your field within the region or in other areas of LACA, just become a member of this section and you'll be able to get some of those benefits as well. So yes, please join us, visit our social media, and I'm just going to show you what are those and in a minute, and then you'll be able to be a member of our section. So right now, you just have to become a member of SCB, and then as I said, you can join our LACA section. Right now, you will just have to see what is your income to be able to pay the amount that corresponds to the yearly income that you have, which is the way now that the society is managing membership. And then you can join the LACA section for free. And if you become a member of SCB, you have access to quality publications such as the Conservation Biology Journal, which is a great publication. You can get it online as well. So that is great for you and for either, your colleagues, students, and why not? And you have access to expertise, mentors, and collaborators, such as the New Conservation Connections or the online community networking on. You can also have, in that sense, you can also have access for jobs availability. You can get on their listservs, and then you can get information about the different jobs available and what you can apply for. So it's a really good way to have access to that information. You'll get guidance on chapters and working groups formation. Like I said, you can create a chapter, and then you can recruit people that are not necessarily SCB members, but that you would like to be working on in your region. So that is a great opportunity for you to start those kind of skills. And obviously, you have access to scholarships and travel awards, either as a part of LACA section or as a part of one of the other sections, or even some of the other chapters. So yes, please become a member of SCB and of course of LACA. And this is our contact information and our social media information. So you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitter, and also you can see our new site for our upcoming conference next year, which is at the bottom. So please stay tuned for that information. And with that, before I say goodbye. This is for the upcoming positions that are going to be opening very soon at the end of the year. We're going to have some elections, some new positions are going to be open. So we're going to be opening the position of president-elect, as I said, and the interim president-elect. So we're going to have to open for elections again for that position, as well as for the CFO and our director of communication. So if you're interested in any of these positions, please contact us and stay tuned for when we're going to be opening the positions. And then if you're a member of LACA, also stay tuned for the election process and when is the time for you to cast your vote and all that. And yes, now with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. And please give me your comments and suggestions if you have any of those. And thank you so much for attending and listening to this. So I don't see any question on the chat. Does anybody have a question about maybe the conference, about LACA section? Anything? And it could be in Spanish as well. Internship opportunities, well, not really at this moment. We will definitely have, I mean, if you will be interested in working, for example, for one of the committees, as I mentioned, you are willing to be part of one of the organizing committees. And as well, we have opportunities for you if you want to be part of the board. You don't have to be a professional to be part of the board. You can be a student. So you are welcome to join us like that. We have met in the past, we had members at large. So that means that they were not voted necessarily by full with the full membership, but you're willing to join us as well. And LACA is also open to NGOs and researchers and people that is just interested in conservation biology. Yeah, we're not tied just necessarily to research. But if NGOs are doing also research, I mean, they're also welcome, and yeah, we're happy to work with them. We will post those benefits for the memberships on the website. We're working on a different website that is more friendly with finding the information. So we will definitely post some of that information on our website. That's for sure. Some other initiatives of LACA. we are working really hard for our conference. We want to have that set. So for the upcoming years, it will be easier to organize and to have them done. But definitely we're trying to work a little bit more on our strategic plan. So we do have other initiatives that we would like to start, but one of the first things that we wanted to have was the webinars that we are doing now and the conferences. So once we have those already very well set up, then we can have other initiatives. But if you have any suggestions about what other initiatives we should have as a section, they are more than welcome, and then we can discuss them as members. So that would be great if you can give us those suggestions, Tracy. Thank you. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce that name. Akiridolu. LACA membership is open to anybody within SCB. So even if you don't live in the LACA region or you don't work within this area, you're welcome to be a member of our section. I'm not, Stephanie, I'm not sure if some of us of the LACA board will be at the CAPLAC in Peru next week, honestly. But that's something that you can maybe send, I guess, a tweet or on Facebook. Maybe if you're willing or want to meet somebody of SCB, you can probably send us, I don't know, a message through those social media, and then we can probably let you know if somebody of SCB is going. I'm not sure. Cecilia, thank you for your question. Officially, we don't have a Peru chapter that I know of. We used to have, like I said, chapters in Colombia. I think in the past we did have a chapter in Peru, but it was not registered officially for the past few years. So unless they continue it as a different thing, but not tied to SCB and LACA, I mean, it might still be up and running, but not to the best of my knowledge. I'm not sure that we do have that. Yeah, Laura, I think answered the question, but if you would like to start a chapter and as part of SCB and as part of LACA, that would be great. And like I said, it has a lot of benefits. So that would be a great idea to start a Peru chapter, especially if you have people interested in that and a lot of students. It's a great opportunity for students. Great, Laura. So if you could send me your email, I will give you my email to everybody who needs it for more questions or suggestions. And I will contact you, Laura, to Eric, who is our director of chapters, and he will help you with that for sure. You're very welcome. Any other question? All right, well, I'll give you all my email and I will this again. Can I cannot go back to the slide. Oh, there we go. There we go. So yeah, and you have the link of this webinar again, as Nathan said. So if you want, oh, there you go. Carla Calderon from Peru is also interested in that chapter. So you guys should be also in contact. please email me, and then I will put you in contact with Eric, so you can discuss the nitty-gritty details of creating a chapter. So yes, if you want to get more information from our section, or if you have further questions, please feel free to contact us through our social media or this email, and we'll be happy to answer all of your questions. So with that, thank you very much for being here and for your attention. And hopefully, if you are not a member of LACA yet, you will be very soon. And hopefully, we'll see you all in Puebla next year. So have a great day, and thank you for attending.